across the map everywhere, Ace was lost. I mean, they did not know what to do. They lost ETC, of course, before right before that,
Yeah.
and then Genji just going in and by Anubarak charging in, Tehaka getting that CC. They were lost. They didn't know what to do. They were not focusing damage. They were just running away.
You get, obviously, so Genji gets dash resets when he gets kills, but
Mhm.
obviously the clone will as well. So you have a lot of dashes. It's very difficult to track, even with your eye, which Genji is the clone, which one is not, when you're trying to think about things and make calls. Not only that, but when the clone comes in, you can, for example, use the real Genji to dash forward, then call the clone onto that one, and then that clone will also have another dash from that moment on. So there's a lot of, it gets a little bit crazy with two Genjis. Hey, BOE though!
And here we go.
All right, I'm enjoying this one.
Is
It's not Relic in this game yet, but that's the one I want to see next series. But this map has like the Hanzo always wins should be like engraved on this map. Like it's somewhere, some Easter egg they write on the back of the Immortal's foot or something. If you zoom in really close with the observing controls, maybe you see like the Hanzo always wins. It's not a secret anymore. It's known to all. You've got to prioritize that Hanzo.
Stop saying that. I'm winning a lot with my Hanzo.
Well, so are Ballistix, Tempest, and KSV Black. Tyrande, please no.
Well,
Dread like wakes up. He's about to go cast HGC North America in maybe like 10 hours. He like wakes up when he hears a Tyrande ban. It wakes up in the middle of the night. He's like, no!
no, that's not the way you ban. That's not the first one. Thinking about Garrosh, maybe. No, yes, Hanzo seems to be the best bet. And just tossing that Maiev to be banned right after. I think that's an okay one. Ace, knowing if they want to go into the Malfurion route, Hanzo must be banned or taken away.
Interesting they would want to ban it. I'd rather see them take the same approach, do Tyrael into the Maiev ban, than just take the Hanzo. Maybe they're not confident. Witcher was pretty underperforming on that Hanzo last game, although he did have top siege and hero damage in game. I like that better. You could also ban the now 7-0 Anubarak for Hooligan.
Maybe it's Gamey's what Gamey loves to do. He has been playing Malfurion only, basically.
There it is.
If he was before in KCB, he was playing lots of Rehgar, some Stukov, some Uther, and also Lucio. But because of that first pick all the time, they have been losing a lot. It seems like it's about the same draft all the time, but it creates a lot more room, the flexibility for Ballistix when they have the larger hero pool, a lot more strategy to do in multiple battlegrounds. I mean, Ace, if they keep the same thing, Ballistix, they just have to create multiple answers. This is not a math question here.
It's really interesting to me. It feels like Ballistix is trying to play like on hard mode. Just, they're like, no, Genji, you didn't ban Tyrael. Well, okay, I'll grab that. But they could have just taken the easy Hanzo pick. The fact that Ace showed the Hanzo hover, though, in the ban, shows a lot of information to Ballistix, because it means that they were considering not running it at all. So if you're Ballistix, you're thinking, maybe they don't even want to pick the Hanzo. Maybe we could still get the Hanzo. Also, they weren't that good at the Hanzo last game. They don't even want to play it. So maybe that's some of the reason why we see the Genji here. It seems to me that SC has really worked to improve his Genji. That has been definitely a priority to him, because Genji is always going to be meta, unless some crazy nerf comes through. He's always going to be meta this year. He will always be a top pick. He will always have huge staying power. So instead of just using the Hanzo he's so good at to win against one of the weaker teams, maybe just lock in the Genji despite its availability. Maybe just force yourself to work on this hero in a televised match now. This is probably going to be the Uther ban again, you have to imagine.
I think Ace has already made a big mistake in the draft. ETC was not likely going to be banned or taken away. Tyrael was already picked from Ballistix. So why not just, if you're going into that, it seems like a Medivh pick, very likely. Sonya, Malfurion, what pairs the best?
Yeah.
Medivh, we have been seeing this pick over and over again. Lots of teams actually picking before the second ban phase, but Ace putting that ETC, I don't think that was necessary.
Yeah, why draft the ETC when they've already got Hooligan's hero locked in with the Tyrael? Very unlikely that in this meta, Jungle will be solo laning Tyrael at the top. Not with new Tyrael, not with his level 1 shields, even with the nerf. You want Tyrael in the 4-man where you're going to get more value out of that. So, completely agree. Mismatched here. There's one of two things happening. First of all, first one is the one you just said. Is mistake over priority of the ETC.
I have more reasons.
They
don't even have Muther.
Yeah. Well, the second one is that maybe they don't know what they want to have for their final picks. That's why they picked the ETC here, and that is even potentially scarier in terms of concept. And we are again going to see this Abathur.
Rhaegar.
Same draft, basically, but even a little bit scarier because this time they have the Tyrael.
And Anub, of course, not available this time. But I think they may just pull in another damage source to counter ETC. As we talked about, a few mages, still possible. It is BOE. Will be the final one again. STE is hero for Ballistix. Ace, they're put into test. They have ETC. We'll be thinking, why did we pick ETC already? When we could have actually put in Medivh if we practiced Medivh.
Just give me the Hanzo.
Or even a Blaze is not that bad. I think when there's a Sank, Bunker could be a very good tool.
Is this draft going to be Hanzo-less? Is this real life? You have to pick Hanzo here. You have to. Greymane and Hanzo, please. No! No! It's just Tracer Malfurion. No other protection.
You guys
Did not
know,
work last time.
You guys know when Wolf screams that no. That lots of things, not just one thing, has gone wrong.
Well, now they're gonna grab the Dahaka, but they could have actually grabbed something like a Johanna even. I don't know. This is I cannot tell you guys, I cannot say that I think that Ballistix draft is really good, but it's very similar to what they drafted last game, the switch of course being the Anubarak and the Tyrael. But the draft on the other side of Ace, when given the ability to play Hanzo, they were just too scared against SC's Genji. They were unwilling to do it against the potential dive. With Tyrael on the other side and how much stronger Dragon Blades could be, they were just not willing to do it. And Hanzo, we had a game without Hanzo, no involvement, zero involvement in this game. That is incredibly rare. His strongest map. I am a little bit mind blown right now, and this furthers my idea that Ballistix is just trying to avoid playing it right now.
I think so. I honestly think so. It was always, ever since Hanzo was available, they really put Hanzo over the Genji. Most of the time. When I say most of the time, I think more than 90% of the time. Even back in Eastern Clash, it was always Hanzo when they got the chance. I think they're just trying something new with the Abathur tonight. This time Mind Build, of course, it is BOE.
Yeah, it's BOE. Fully go with the pleb horse too, man.
He loves that pleb horse.
He does.
Well, let's see if that Sonya pick really works out. But Dehaka, empowered by that Dehaka, not Dehaka, by Abathur once again will be. Ooh, they're gonna try to rush.
This is what I was thinking we were gonna see a lot more of last game.
Rush.
Yeah, he's gonna die. What the reason why Rush went to the right, by the way, just to explain this to you guys, he was hoping that maybe the hook would miss somehow and that he would be able to get away, and then he would slide down. But
I think he knew that he was dead regardless where he went, just to gain some time with the Whirlwind. Possibly.
If he went to the left, obviously he was going to get hooked, so he wanted to go to the right, and then Whirlwind, like you say, to buy some time, and then maybe Ballistix makes a mistake. But yeah, he definitely knew he was dead. Not a single person in the world was like, yeah, I think he gets out here. That's what you do in the Sonya matchup, man. You gank. They even went Wolf Run on this map, a 2-lane map. Good pulse here. Not going to be enough to kill a Tyrael, but it was actually impressive accuracy there. They had good target selection. So it's a kill for a wall. Ballistix got one more minion wave too, so that's why they're ahead in experience. Witcher gonna get blown up. Same with Gamey. This is looking to be a disaster again, potentially.
Hey, do you think we have a problem here with the sustain? Not the sustain, burst healing from Ace?
It's definitely lacking, and when you're getting hit by Abathur symbiotes, plus the attack speed, plus Genji's burst, and a Rhaegar has that extra bite. There's a lot of burst on Ballistix in the early game. And I know that Reddit will tell you that Abathur is a horrible early game hero, only strong in late game, super weak before 10. But Abathur has been used in Korea since 2015 as an early game gank empowerer, whether it was on the Muradin, on the Tracer, now on the Genji, Greymane in the past, Illidan, very strong at getting early game picks when the other team is just not prepared for it. And now that we have the Dahaka here, the drag just makes it so much easier. It was actually, we saw a lot of Brightwing Abathur comps in the past because Brightwing would teleport in, you'd see the poly, and that's even easier to use than a drag, but drag is just about the same here. And that's what Ballistix is going for. That's basically how they have these 3 kills, the Dahaka Global and the Abathur. Very frustrating to deal with.
Ace had a Malfurion paired up with Tracer. It did work few times in few games in the previous weekends. But I don't think it's working anymore, and there has been lots of answers against it first. This time, lots of CC, and I think this is a very similar to what we had yesterday. Judy Gunja switching roles, Gammy KCB switching roles. It worked out for the first few games. It seemed like a better idea, but after watching these games, is it still worth the trade when Gammy only plays one support?
I would have liked the Hanzo more, G-Clef. I would have liked the Hanzo more, G-Clef. Why is there no Hanzo in this game? They're losing their ace.
Of course, I am against a team comp without a support, but I would have liked the Hanzo more.
I would have liked the
without,
Hanzo be
without
first
the
pick.
Malfurion, like without the support in Ace's team.
Just pick the Hanzo first, pick Malfurion later. Oh. Or get the Hanzo in second rotation. Oh, they're getting wiped. Triple kill.
If they had Hanzo without the healing and ETC goes prog rock looking for that quest, so ETC heals later on.
You're reaching here.
I know, but Malfurion is not doing anything in this game, and they felt that with pain in game 1.
I would actually like to see the healing numbers Rhaegar versus Malfurion right now, because Malfurion will always have a higher number. Okay, they're not that. You're not that much better than them, SDE. Like, they're not gonna die to the mines. Oh my God, he almost died to the mines. You see that? look at the health of KCB. All right, so high health immortal. They've got good poke with Greymane at least, so there's that. You can see Hero just on the edge, skirting death here, poking as much as he can. Meanwhile, Abathur is soaking top. Okay, they're going to dive over this. The root here does not connect.
Nicely canceled by ETC. This is a great push. Already a 11.5 lead for Ballistix. They are making this one really work. Abathur, ooh, rush going
this
super
is a bait.
far
Oh,
again.
He missed the tongue drag though. That was a cool maneuver by Rush. Like he was like, well, I'll just go up to the right. You won't expect that. Can't even blame Jungha for that missed hook there. They want double fort and they want 10. And you know what? I think they're gonna get it, G-Clef. I don't think Ace is gonna stop.
I think Ballistix is giving us a lot of info that they know how to deal with the Sonya pick. That they're not willing to take the Sonya pick because one, maybe they don't want to show before the crazy matchups.
Yeah, that's definitely.
And two, they are also showing that we have answers against that Sonya pick. We can actually have two globals, Dahaka and Abathur.
It's been really cool how many times they've been able to consistently get kills. If the drag connects there, that's a kill in the top lane too. Like they almost got another one.
They're trying to have like a showcase.
It feels like an
What
exhibition.
they can do.
It does feel that way.
What they can do, extending to the maximum, not really trying what they used to do, like Hanzo and Taikas all the time.
So there's a nickname for Ballistix in Korea called the No Fun 5 because they used to be known as L5, for those of you who don't know that. And they have a reputation for only picking strong meta picks. Just
the same heroes
perfectly,
over and over again.
And like that's why you have people like SD with like a 16-1. SD has like a 16-1 on the Taikas.
Oh!
Nah, not gonna happen. Like I said, G-Clef, they're not that much worse than Ballistix. But yeah, I do feel like it does, and I can't. Neither of us are actually saying this is true necessarily, but it does feel like this is kind of Ballistix feeling. Nah, we don't need Hanzo on this map. Look, we got another strat. Let's, you know, show it to you guys. Then they pick it all 3 games, and then like they go back to their old ways. It's like, oh, they play the same thing every time, even though it's weird. Like they always do this. I don't know, man.
Something
it's not
weird
looking
about
good for
L5,
Ace.
Ballistix, of course, and Ace. Not really. Even though they're getting the picks that they like a lot. Ballistix just the better team overall. Even in game 2, look at these passive rotations. It's very slow, and they're overcommitting their resource because if they only send 1 or 2, it feels like you're going to lose your member.
Yeah.
So they're rotating together, not to lose, but they're falling behind the macro even more by doing that.
Basically, if you leave someone to go solo soak, Sonya in most cases, then they die because of the globals.
ETC is just hiding there on top, like with the Haka.
He's gonna probably lock in stage dive, you have to imagine, given how he's playing that right now, but he's being careful up there. Okay, here comes another attempted gank. Jungha comes into the side brush here. Rush is slowed. SC goes deep. Tracer blown up there. Not entirely sure how she did not get over the wall. I didn't see if there was a grab there.
I think there was more deflect damage than the Genji damage itself.
Yeah, I think that's definitely what happened. I just don't know how she didn't blink over the wall. Hooligan looks like he doesn't have his Q. It is going to be Mosh Pit, so he was up there at the top, but not anymore. Full health Immortal, by the way. Twilight Dream can be quite powerful here if used correctly. Ballistix comes over these walls, diving in deep. Okay, Pulse again connecting, but deflection is going to nullify its damage.
But I do like the Twilight Dream choice.
Yeah.
It is the right one. Tranquility did help healing that up, but they could never turn the team fight over.
There was only one good Tranquility last game, and they still only got a 1-for-1 trade. Witcher goes down.
Double dash, and Genji survives, the
good
real
power
one.
Slide, but Ancestral going to connect. Possibly unnecessary, especially because the Sank was used here. This doesn't look perfectly coordinated by Ballistix.
Is not even here, just joined to the side. Oh my!
Oh,
I
and he gets
just
the
realized
drag.
that.
Look at the coordination here from Ballistix. Gets the pull. Everybody turns on KCB. Abathur was actually just walking around mid, dropping some locusts down. Hello. Yeah, that's happening. Wow. So they're gonna take the camp up here in the top. Continue to take map control. Oh boy, there's some mines that hit. Game immediately starts checking with his Moonfires. He's like, oh no, this is gonna be bad. So essentially what SDE just did by sitting Abathur in the middle of the map is he sent like 2 locusts down the lane from a weird angle. So Ace is like, oh, he's out there. We can get him. But actually, he already left. They can't get him.
Jungha dives in. Oh, holy ground.
Oh man, that was a really good
Does
face
not
smell.
steal.
It's okay if he dies here because he's gonna do a lot of damage, but they have to commit to the fight if they care about it. Okay, that was weird. It felt like if they were gonna let him die for that, they were going to actually commit.
He lost the member, and Tyrael actually provides lots of shields around the target, so I think they were considering that for a second. They also have their own camp to actually use that time. Their top lane is pushing, so maybe not really worth the while, but Hero always... Huh?
Talking about the Twilight Dream? I think they were expected SC to dash for him, but
it was going to be a kill and a reset, regardless, very likely.
This has been a weird game, G-Clef. You know, we just have to embrace it. We embrace all levels of play here at HGC Korea. Remember, Ace was undefeated, by the way, in Open Division. For those who didn't know how they got into this league, they actually have had some fantastic games here in Part 2. Today, though, I feel like after whatever it was, after they lost that first team fight on Sky Temple, they have just not been able to do much to capitalize on advantages. This is one opportunity to grab Hooligan here. Still have the mobility to keep up with him. Root here does not connect. Hero wants the pulse, but immediately shut down by the Ancestral. Hooligan doesn't get the holy ground. Jungha fairly low here. She needs more healing. There's no Ancestral available for him. The focus fire for Ace is not good enough to kill him. He gets the drag. No way. Blades out. He's got the burrow. He is finally going to go down here. But this could have been way better for Ace had they actually just targeted him down. It was just no one was on the same page. Everyone was attacking different heroes there. And Jungha nearly walked out with his life. They get 2 kills, but the core is on the attack of catapults now. Well, actually, I guess that sentry turret is because the thing is bugged out.
Yeah,
there.
exactly what happened. And As we saw that great mosh pit, ETC saying, "Hey guys, I have 2 locked in with my greatest CC of all time," but Greymane was too busy, dragged by the Dehaka.
He was shooting at Dehaka, he wasn't shooting at the other targets.
Yes.
They all could have shot at Dehaka, they killed Dehaka to win the fight, or they could have killed the ones that were caught in the mosh pit. But if Greymane is hitting a Dehaka and everyone else is hitting you know, the Genji and the Rhaegar, then nobody dies.
That's a feel. That's one of the worst feels that when you play ETC. You have like 4 men locked in with the mosh pit, and then your entire team is focus firing on the Garrosh and doesn't even kill him, and you end up dying right after the mosh pit. I feel like that was kind of like what happened for Ace. They really need to get that focus firing done, but it is very hard against, of course, with lots of things moving around. Especially the double Genji should be a big harass against Ace all the time.
Uh-oh. Well, this is a pretty inevitable drag. Okay.
Isolation
Power
onto
slide.
ETC.
Yeah. Isolation there helps stop the face melt from coming out. Okay. Big silence, though, from the Twilight Dream. It allows them to get the pick onto Jungha before he can heal up. But look at this clone from SDE. Hooligans going in. Gamey's have to ice block. SC just trying to peel here from Augie. Everyone's going to collapse in once the kill comes through. Rush gets the stun. Go!
He
SC!
survives!
Gets over, got the stun there, but SC had the deflection, the 1 heal, and then the dash out. This is going to be a 26,909, 100% health Immortal. Heading to kill the keep and then the core. KCB is going to do what he can to stop these catapults, which are again bugged into the sentry turret because there's so much of a wave there. SDE is doing this again. Are we going to see a slap with their finish? Please tell me yes. I don't ever want to hear no fun 5 ever again.
Yes, this is a very hard draft to act against. Ace was really good with the double support, but ever since double support has been out of the meta, they have been having a tough time. They tried it a few times with the Tassadar, but right now with the rule changes even onto KCB and Gamey, Isolation once again in GCC.
Dude, Jungha's killing it today on this Dehaka.
He's already on to the next move all the time.
Yeah, he is. By the way, Locusts are coming with this push too because SDE's just Abathur's just behind them in the lane. Alright, still shields on this Immortal, so it's going to have ranged attacks on the core. Top catapults are coming through. 2 dead already. SC looking for Gamey. Should have Ice Block, but it's not going to matter. Twilight Dream. Oh, guess he didn't have the Ice Block. Sank here just to secure the core kill. That's going to be the 2nd game going over to Ballistix in what has been by far our most one-sided match this week here. The 2-0 lead. Going to take this series 3-0.
21 kills for Ballistix. Of course, it was not as perfect as game 1, but...
Why isn't Jungha smiling? That was a fun game. Everybody smile.
Oh, I missed one. I missed one drag. I could have killed Sonya one more time. That's the kind of players we have here.
Hooligan face palming, man. He's like, oh god. He's like, we didn't get a perfect game. Oh.
The guy. I missed one question out of the 45 on the test. Oh man.
Let's compare Gamey's healing to Boggy's. Okay, so he's 3k up approximately, or 4k up actually. 12.7 to the 8.9, nearly 9,000, so like 3.7 or so. That's actually a decent amount of healing for having 6 deaths, but Moggy was able to do a lot of healing in these fights and also had the Ancestrals connect many times onto SC, which wasn't absolutely necessary. SDE has the highest hero damage in the game on the Abathur because of the AP and AD scaling he gets with his clones. Not to mention all the mines he put down on the ground.
Yeah, that also actually did a lot of damage. Consistently from SDE.
Hooligan did have that 1 death in the bot lane. Maybe that's why he was face palming.
Only once, and that was about as perfect. We were expecting this match to be one-sided, and Ballistix actually keeping a similar type of draft. I think if Ace just goes with that Mafian first pick, this exact type of draft will just continue, no matter what the map is. If you go to a bigger map like Dragonshire, Towers of Doom, Cursed Hollows, I think they can just keep the same thing, Ballistix, and even do better. Because right now on BOE, picking on Avatar into a BOE, very rare. 2-lane map, I'm still they were able to out-rotate globally by picking off Sonya even a few times. If it goes to a 3-lane map, oh man, Ace is not going to have
A
any
good
fun
time?
in that
No,
game.
definitely not. Well, look, it does feel like Ballistix is experimenting a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely trying some new things.
Yes.
There was no Hanzo in a BOE game, so you know something crazy is happening when one of the best Hanzo players in the world, and arguably the best Hanzo player in this league, it's either going to be Rich or SC, right? Just simply doesn't pick it, picks the Genji, which he doesn't normally pick, and then they go into an Avatar. It's a little bit weird. But guys, we're going to find out if it's going to get a little bit weirder